Hey guys, what's going on? It's Plinko here, and today we're going to be jumping into some more Overwatch. I have something pretty interesting for you today. So, today we're on the PTR, which is Blizzard's public test room, where they test out new patches before they go live on the rest of the servers. So this is a private server. It's only available for PC players. So sorry for you console folks, but I'm sure there's some kind of legal thing with Sony and Microsoft with that, not allowing modded games or whatever. But let's jump into just the practice range really quick so I can explain a few things to you guys before we get into an actual game. So the big thing that everyone is freaking out about is the Bastion quote-unquote buff that is now live on the PTR. I think they just updated this yesterday. So what the rumor is, well, not the rumor is, what they've actually done is there's like 4 things they've changed with Bastion. So the first thing being that they have now made his recon damage a lot stronger, and I think they tightened the spread on his bullet spray. So he can now hit targets further away and does more damage. So he's got a little more range and it does more damage overall in recon mode. That's the first thing they've done. Secondly, they have made it to where you can get in and out of sentry mode super quickly. Like look at how quick this is. This is insane. That is a really cool thing that I think was needed because Bastion, there's just too many situations where Bastion was getting stuck and could not get away. You know, there's just nothing he could do if something walked up behind him or whatever. So now he has that. He has a little bit more range in recon mode. And another thing they have changed is while in sentry mode, you do less damage, just a little bit. I mean, it is noticeable, but I don't think it's that big of a deal. He's definitely not going to be the tank killer that he once was. And while they reduce the damage in sentry mode, they have also widened his spread, which I think is a big part of the damage reduction. So now he does considerably less damage at range. So close up, he'll still melt people, but at range, still not going to be that great with the widened bullet spray. Okay, so on top of the reduced damage with the sentry mode, they have now made it to where you cannot register headshots in sentry mode. That is a big deal. I mean, that's a considerable amount of damage that you are not going to be able to output anymore as Bastion. So give that some thought. Overall, though, like, this is ridiculous. This sentry mode, in and out, this quick, being able to engage and disengage that quick, jump around the corner, and then you can get out of there. Like, that is huge for Bastion players. So I think overall, like, people are calling this a Bastion buff, and that's why people are freaking out about it. But I think overall, I mean, it's really, I wouldn't consider this a buff, because I mean, they buffed his recon damage and his speed for his sentry mode, but they have made his sentry considerably less powerful. So I think overall, I'm going to jump into a real game. I just jumped in the practice range to show you guys the changes. I'm going to jump into a real game and see what we can do against some actual tanks and some different characters. So alright guys, so we are finally in a game with Bastion, so let's check this out on the new PTR server. One thing I did forget to mention earlier was that they also have made it now to where Bastion can heal himself while moving. So this is another pretty huge change that was not previously available to Bastion players. So like I said, I don't think his sentry mode is going to be a tank killer anymore. I mean, as you saw right there, that should have melted that Zarya, and I just simply didn't. She was walking right into it. Just did not do what it once did. And I think a big part of that is the no headshots thing. But also the spread has changed considerably. So. Alright, so yeah, as you can see right there, like, I mean, this recon mode is going to be where it is at from now on. I think it's going to be way more useful than the actual sentry mode. That and the fact that I can now heal while walking is insane. Do you think? Make sure you let me know your opinion down in the comments. Do you agree with this? Do you not agree with that? I mean, I think overall it's a pretty balanced change for Bastion. I think it's also a much needed change for Bastion. He wasn't being utilized very often, especially in higher level competitive play, almost at all. So, I mean, something needed to be done, but like I said, I don't think they're ever going, in a game like this, I don't think they're ever going to be able to have all the characters 100% viable. I mean, that's just not going to happen. That's why there's a meta. I mean, it's a selection of the strongest, most viable characters, you know, higher percentage, higher skill ratings, higher ceilings. So, I'm not saying that every character should be 100% viable, but you know, Bastion needed something. He wasn't being played very much at all. Everyone pretty much shit on everyone for picking him. I, for one, you know, I'm neutral. I use Bastion every now and then on, you know, to get through choke points. Not as much on defense as I once did when I first started playing this game. But I think overall the patch is pretty good, and I'm hoping that it actually goes through, because I think this is really good for Bastion. I think it'll be amazing to have a Reinhardt counter and a Pharah counter, another Pharah counter, because in my opinion, Pharah and Tracer are the two most annoying characters in the game, and I've gotten used to taking her down with Soldier, but I really think this recon mode with Bastion is going to be the #1 choice for taking down the Pharah now. The only thing I have wrong with this is Bastion was the tank killer, man. Like he was a huge Zarya counter, whether people realize that or not, and now he's just not able to melt the tanks like he once was. So you know, that's a good and bad thing. I think if they're trying to go towards the you know, not against the 3 tank meta that we're currently in, I think still in, that I don't know if that's going to be a good thing, but I think overall it is, because with the recon changes and the self-healing and the speed changes, I think that's going to help. So balance change, my opinion overall. Let me know what yours is. I appreciate you watching, guys, and I will catch you guys next time. Adios.